So today is a different day and I'm feeling a lot more positive, even though Bonnie is really flat today, but she is um, resting because she's not well. But I've found somebody who does real CBD oil for dogs, and it's got everything that it needs in it. So I've been doing some research with Paul, and we don't have to look on the dark side of stuff right now. We've got to keep positive. So yesterday was a dark day because obviously it just heard the news and I was upset. But I'm looking at all these videos and people are saying things like, my dog had months, weeks, and we've just gone into year 2 and they're still here. Now I have to accept that my dogs are old as well. I think they're 15. I don't know how old they are. I've been in Scotland for 11 years and they were at least 3-year-old when they came here. So they are elderly dogs. So I have to accept that. But I don't accept doctors and vets' diagnosis because a lot of the time they just deal with symptoms rather than root causes, and they don't understand holistic health. And so I've ordered all kinds of stuff. So I've got the CBD oil. I've just ordered some, I'll just tell you what I've ordered. Some turkey tail mushroom powder, some, I've got to get some colloidal silver. I've got the CBD oil. I've got some, it's like a wormer or a parasite cleanse thing. I've got quite a few things. I've got an immune support one with probiotics and everything for dogs. I've just spent loads on her, but I don't care. And this will help her. I'm not saying it'll keep her here forever and everything, but what it might do, hopefully, is at least give her a quality of life until the end. So it'll take away the pain. I've got a turmeric paste and things like that. That works with me, turmeric. So it's just a case of keep going and stay positive and don't get upset about her not wanting to go out and walk and stuff, even in the buggy, because when you're very, very ill, all you want to do is lie down and sleep and just rest, and that's okay. So all I need to worry about is that she has a quality of life and she's not suffering. That's the most important thing, and so that is what I'm focusing on right now. So I need to go shopping today. I've got these 2 tonight. It's my day off, and so far she just doesn't want to leave, so I might just have to leave her here and let her rest while I go and shop. But we're going to change the diet, so there's no more dog biscuits. All they're allowed now, I'm going to go and get her some fresh chicken and salmon, not farmed salmon, and cook it all, and I'm going to add the powders when they come into the meal, and I'm going to get her some colloidal silver from my friend, put that in the water, and just have a go at doing all these things, but just listen to her. Don't force her to go out, because this is the thing when you're a human being and you've got like, I've got things to do today and I don't like leaving my dogs alone, so you'll force them. But if somebody's not well, and somebody can mean animal or person, then you've got to let them rest. So I'm just going to go and get all the shopping done and just have a day of cooking and just cook loads of meals that are really healthy. Do it for myself as well. I'm going to make them some soups, just little bits of stuff like that, and just give them that time of having the best health they can have, because when we all get old, people and animals, we all start to get stiff and painful joints and stuff, and I'm feeling it. I feel like I'm aging, but at the same time it's reversible. I know it is. You don't have to die an old woman. You can live to be 90 and still be walking up mountains. You've just got to look after yourself. And I've been having words with myself, because you can't eat poison and expect to be healthy. Food is either medicine or it's poison. That's all it is. Or it is nondescript. It's neither, nothing. It's just in between. But a lot of the meals that you buy in supermarkets, a lot of the food is sprayed. It's very difficult to get real healthy food now. So the best thing to do is grow food and forage it. That's the best thing you can do, because you know what you're spraying, and that's nothing. I can grow food without pesticides and herbicides and insecticides, and it's tastier and it's healthier. So that's what I'm doing, and also the foraging. So I might go down later on and get some seaweed, and I did this the other day. I got some sea lettuce, nettles, and I can't remember what else it was, and I dehydrated them and powdered them, and then you can sprinkle them on salads or put them in soups and things like that. So you can get healthy stuff into you naturally without all this poison rubbish. So this is what I need to do for me as well. So this has been a bit of a wake up call. I think yesterday was a really upsetting day, but today I feel like this might be a turnaround for the dogs and for me, because none of us are going to live forever. We're all going to die. I could die today, tomorrow, whenever. You know, we can all go at any time. So that's the guy who I'm buying the CBD oil off, and he does it himself. It's really good stuff. It looks like tar. It's really, really good stuff. But it's got everything that you need. So I'm going to have some for myself as well. So CBD oil is great for pain, inflammation, tumours, all kinds of stuff. I would never smoke it because it's, and that wouldn't work for that anyway. But we can turn our lives around, and it's time for me to do it. If I'm going to spend the rest of my life on my own, I need to stay as healthy as I can. That means looking after my babies as long as they can, and you do that by keeping well. So I have my moments. I had a lot of moments, but when I spoke to Paul last night, I felt a lot more positive, because we've got a plan, and we've put like an action plan down for how we're going to go about this. And we all know that parasites are in meat and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff about health that people don't understand and they don't talk about, and I am guilty of ignoring what I know is the truth, and that is that most food is poison, and you can change it into medicine by changing your diet. So I can't blame anyone for me being fat or not being well. It's my fault because I did it to myself. So the dogs generally have a healthy diet. So they've lived, I think they're 15 or 16-year-old, but that's old for dogs. They've only been vaccinated as puppies once, and that's it. So they've never really been to a vet unless it's life or death, like me with a doctor. So they are generally healthy dogs, and they've had a good life and they've been happy. So I can't feel sad or guilt. It's just acceptance of that, but making sure that the last days that we have together, the last months, are the happiest and the healthiest they can be for us all. And I owe it to myself to be healthy and happy, and to my dogs. So I'm not going to take the video down of me crying, because we live in a world where you've got to hold it together, and there's too many hard faces for me. And a lot of people who I've met in my life, in particular like relationships, they've been too hard for me. You know, not allowing me to express myself as a woman, because they don't like emotion, and they're holding back theirs. And then you can't fall in love with someone and be happy with someone when they're holding themselves back all the time and pushing you away when you're emotional. It's part of life to cry, male or female. It's not weak. And when you feel like you're going to lose someone, it's painful. So you're allowed to express that pain, and I don't apologise for it. I don't want people coming on to me feeling sorry for me either. I don't do the self-pity things. I do the self-pity. I don't need it from anybody else. The self-pity that I feel lasts a short time, because I analyse it and then say, why are you feeling sorry for yourself? You know, why are you crying about your dog when she's very elderly and she's had a flipping good life? And looking back at what they've experienced in their life is much better than a lot of people have had. And I know people who, they don't experience anything, you know, they don't have the money or the mobility or whatever to experience a full life, but my dogs have had that. So how can you be sad for them? You can't. So I've pulled myself together. I will have my moments, that's okay. This is life. I get emotional anyway just thinking about losing them, regardless. That's without this, because when you're a little gang, you and your dogs, you're the little team, and you know, I say we're going on a little girls' day out and stuff, and we're going to do things together. So this is how we live, and they're all I have. So up here in Scotland, so you're allowed to cry thinking about them not being there anymore, you know. And I'd rather live the last days of our lives enjoying it rather than sitting crying all the time and being depressed about something that's inevitable. It's going to happen to every single one of us. So I am going to go shopping and get all the stuff that I need. I'm going to come back and have a cook day, make loads of nice healthy meals and freeze them, and start afresh today. You don't have to carry on doing what you've always done. You can change your life at any point. You don't have to be the same person day in, day out for the rest of your life. My story isn't one story. It's just a chapter of a whole book. And by the time I've gone and died, I would like to think that I can look back on all my life and say that chapter was this, that one was that, and that one was that, rather than my whole story was so sad and I was always poorly and always depressed and always lonely and all the rest. You can change anything, and you're allowed to have all those moments. It's fine. I've had moments in my life where I have been so poorly for such a long time and I couldn't get well, and I didn't realise at the time. It's only retrospect that knows now. I was ill throughout my 20s for quite a few years, and the doctors couldn't diagnose me with anything. And I remember going to a doctor and he said, there's nothing wrong with you. And he wrote on the notes in front of me that I was an hypochondriac, and that really hurt me. Now, it all passed eventually, and I didn't know what it was, but at the time. But I'm looking back and I know now. It's because I was caught up in a really stressful marriage. I was getting used, I was getting cheated on, and I was getting lied to. Now, people can do these things to you, and you don't know they're lying because they're good at it. But you feel it in here. And when you feel it, it has an impact on your body. And I believe that illness can come from stress caused by other people, and your environment, your job, your relationships, your finances. There's so many things that can impact your mental well-being, and it's important to acknowledge that that's linked to your health. So if you've got a long-term illness and you can't get to the bottom of it like I had, then look at your surroundings. I mean, when I look back and I think, the things I've gone through in relationships is wrong on all levels, because no man should be treating no woman the way I was treated, and it's wrong. If you don't want a relationship, stay single. If you've got nothing to give, stay single. Don't hurt people. It's wrong, because when you lie to somebody's face, the person can feel it in the body without realising it, and it makes people poorly. And if you look at some relationships where they've been together for a long time and it's not happy, you can see it in the faces, that the deadness. It's like over time we've died, we've both killed each other with sadness, but we can't leave because of this, that and other. Well, I don't want that for me. I would rather die happy with a smile on my face, knowing that if I was meant to be single, I was happy on my own, rather than be made poorly by somebody who didn't even like me. So I'm not doing it anymore. This has been a massive revelation for me. All this is that we are the masters of our own destiny. We can turn our lives around and be anything we want. And I won't give up my writing. I won't give up, even if no one's buying my books. I don't even care anymore. Just keep on doing it, because you're telling the universe, you're telling yourself, your own spirit, that you're not static, that you can be anything you want. And when you put yourself out there and you keep evolving and challenging yourself, you can turn your life into whatever you want it to be. So I am not having a life of misery and all the rest of it. Today is the start of a new day. I can cry in the next 10 minutes, it don't matter, that's fine. It's part of the process. And I'll tell you something, right? People who hold tears back get cancer in the throat, you know, and they get mouth cancer for not speaking the words they want to speak, because they hold back, right? Your mouth, throat, if you're having problems with them all the time, it's because you're choked, can't speak. You know, I'm holding back my emotions. The mouth, anger, repressed anger. We hold back too much, and we let it out in the wrong ways with the wrong people at the wrong times. So it's finding the best way to do that. So for me personally, you change the diet, that's number one. But two, you change the environment, you change your outlook, you change your job, whatever it is that's making you miserable, change it. Because why should we be miserable? My phone's going mental this morning. So yeah, that's all I'm doing today. Go and have a nice time, even if you go out on your own. I've made an arrangement with Paul. I'm going to go to a 5-star hotel in the next couple of weeks for a meal. I'm going to ask them if I can film it there, or at least take photographs inside and do a vlog on that, because it's important to celebrate myself. So I am celebrating the fact that I've written 2 books. And I was given the treat. I won't say by who, you know who it is, but she said, you go and get a meal. So I'm going to do it. And Paul's going to look after the dogs while I go, so they won't be left on their own. And I'm going to go and celebrate the fact that I've achieved something I never thought I'd do. And my next step, after we've sorted baby girl, because my other dreams have been put on hold just for the moment, today is getting all the stuff I need for Bonnie and getting her health back, or at least improving her state now, so that she feels better in herself and just makes her more comfortable, and just celebrating every minute we've got with each other. And that's all we can do. So I've waffled on. I've turned this into 2 vlogs about this, and some people think you overshare sometimes, but I don't care, because there's a lot of people out there who struggle with grief and loss, and you know, if you've got a sick pet or a sick partner, it can be flipping stressful and upsetting, because you've got to keep holding yourself together for them, and you don't want them to see you upset about it, because you want to stay positive for them. But at the same time, we have to accept that it's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to cry and be angry and whatever else you feel in life. But all I can feel for my dogs right now is gratitude, because I've had such a long time with them both, and they have had the best life with me. No matter, even when I was homeless for years, I still made sure they had a great time, and they saw that as an adventure, to be honest, because they're dogs and they're resilient. So I don't feel any guilt or sorrow, just sadness. But I can do something about it, and that's all you can do. So I'm going to go now. I think I'm going to do, because I've got my studio set up, I'm going to have a go at doing some live videos again. So if anybody wants to join me on a live, I think I'm going to start doing some collaborations with people. So if you've got a channel and you want to come on to each other's channels and do a live to promote each other's channels and anything that you do. So for me, it's my books. I want to try and promote my books and things. But you could be doing anything at all. If you want to promote your channel, we can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. Stay positive. When you cry, turn everything off and have a cry. Pull yourself together, get back on. And that's it. Smile. Bye bye.